Oh, sure.
Welcome to the Unlikely Podcast. This week we're going to be talking about the Conor McGregor fight that's going to be happening in approximately 1 day on the day of this recording. And Gabriel's going to give us some insight on what he thinks of Conor McGregor's debut in the boxing world, because this is a huge, huge moment that everyone's talking about right now.
All
So,
right. Thank you, Cameron, for the lovely introduction. So, yeah, I'm not gonna go too in depth that much because everybody's been doing that. But basically, let's get like the general information about this. Okay, Conor McGregor, never done a boxing fight in his life. That's like professional, right? Never. Floyd, on the other hand, has over 20 years of experience. So that already like puts the balance on his side, right? Um, and another thing here is that Floyd Mayweather is basically like we could say um, on the end of this like not it's not in his prime anymore because it's like what your prime is usually considered when you're 30 and he's 40 right now, so maybe he's gotten old in
Has there been boxers that have been older than 40?
yeah, there's been this guy that's been fighting until he was 50,
my gosh.
like, and like his last fight he got knocked out of the ring and he quit.
What,
So yeah,
what
that's all.
about, what about, Klitschov, the one that fought against,
Vladimir Klitschko.
Anthony
yeah.
Joshua, he was like 44, if I believe.
Was he's 44, yeah.
Yeah, and he quit as well. So
Yeah.
it's like when you're 40, it's like the end usually.
Yeah.
But of course there are outliers. But in this case, um, Floyd's last fight was 2 years ago when he was 38, right? So in that fight he looked still like perfect, like nothing bad. Like he was still elusive as they call him, and in 2 years basically. And now we'll see if Father Time is really that cruel and just takes away.
But do you feel that match fitness is more important than just training, if you know what I mean?
What do you mean with this?
As in, like, so in football, like, yeah, you can be fit, but you need match fitness. You need to be used to be playing like constantly to
Oh,
be good. It's not just a case of staying fit. So do you think that applies in football as well? Boxing as well.
in fighting it might be different because you fight less. I mean, there's less time as opposed to football.
Mhm.
But it with fighting, it's more about the health of your body, right?
Mhm.
If you kept your body healthy this entire time, which he has by doing freaking massages, all this new, basically all the new technology and blah blah blah, I think
Mhm.
that won't change much. But if you just eat shitty all the time and just get knocked
Yeah,
out,
obviously. Yeah.
and it diminishes. Like your performance goes lower, blah blah. But Floyd, perfect. Connor as well. Like his the way his trainer calls it is he likes to upgrade the software without damaging the hardware. So it's like
Okay.
you know what that means, right? So
Mm.
they're constantly doing drills and like learning stuff without so and
Physically impacting.
yeah, so not
Yeah.
getting hit hard and stuff like that by sparring. So yeah, so yeah, basically, um, people are like massive. Like most people are saying, like there are more people that say that Floyd will win as opposed to Conor will win because of the numbers. Basically, if you put it on paper, everything leans to Floyd. But if you look at Conor McGregor, he's like this random star that came out of nowhere, like knocking out someone in 13 seconds in his like first title fight, knocking out a guy, like he does all this things you could call luck.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's not something that happens often, right? So people are falling in love, including myself, with the story. It's
The narrative. Yeah.
yeah. So it's like,
And so forth.
can there be one guy that just comes out of nowhere because he's only been famous for like 3 years now, 3 4 years,
Mhm.
not really famous until like last year or something, but he's been known like climbing since just a couple of years ago. Floyd has been
Mhm.
climbing like at least like 15 years ago, more than that maybe. So it's like the story is like, can this random Irish kid who was poor just storm in here and just knock the best guy in his sport ever. So Floyd is the best, considered the best in his sport. So can this random guy just come in, knock him out, and take all the money and just basically become the best fighter on earth?
Yeah.
That's what's going on here now. So so because of that, I put money on Conor because I'm just a sucker for that story. I mean, usually I can take myself out of it and then see without bias, and I'm like, okay, that guy's gonna win. But it was so hard for me to do it in this fight. I mean, usually I would, if my unbiased self would go for Floyd, but my heart, so basically my
Yeah. Your
my
head goes for Floyd, but your heart goes for McGregor. Yeah, I understand that.
what was the song again? But my body's telling me yes, or something like that. Basically that.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
My
My
mind's
mind's telling me no, but my body
my
is
body's
telling
telling me yes. Bad Cammy. Anyways, yeah. What do you get? So Cammy, let's go to you because you've not been talking much. What do you think? What do you feel about this entire fight?
I'm anxious to see what happens because you remember the Mayweather Pacquiao fight?
Yeah.
Like Manny Pacquiao was like the underdog, like like he's like the older gen that's like come out and he's like really taking on the biggest American. Like I was just like rooting for him so hard, and then I was so disappointed when he lost. And like I think like part of me, I'm like, oh no, what if McGregor loses? But also at the same time, I'm like, McGregor's been like defying odds his whole career since he really blew up a couple of years ago, and he's like 100% going in for it, and he has
So
so
what do you
much
think about like the
confidence.
technical aspect will be in favor of McGregor then? Like,
I think,
No.
dude, I think if it comes down to like points, I think Conor McGregor will lose because I don't think he's got the same experience, right? So I think like Mayweather knows exactly how to earn these points and earn them higher and better. But I think like I don't think it's going to be a long game. I think it's going to be a knockout of some sort.
a knockout.
Yeah, I think it's going to end within. It's not going to go to points. I don't think. I think it'll finish before round 12. Definitely.
So yeah, we basically one thing. I want to say two things basically here. We basically put money on this fight, right? We put money on. So we put money on the fact that he's gonna win, but I believe
We put money on McGregor. You
Yeah.
don't say that, but yeah.
win. But I believe you could also put money on him if he was gonna KO him, right? I think the odds for that. I think you could get more money from doing that, right? I think we should have done that because, like you said, Cammy, he's not gonna win on points. So we might as well put it on fucking KO because that's the only way you win, right? So yeah, that. And basically, something that you guys might not know, which I didn't know either at this point, is that Floyd has been playing this game like more than 20 years, right? His influence, I think, like is so deep. Like he gets to choose what kind of gloves are used. Apparently, there's like multiple types of gloves made like with
weight types, right?
No. This is details like the things that like the leather, the type of leather, the type of filling inside. Like he has so much influence that he can choose those things. Like he can choose the small things, like all the things that you might think that don't matter, but they do matter. He can choose all that stuff. Like where they fight and all that. That's up to him. Like he makes all the shots basically, and the person who fights him has to basically take it. Just take what happens because yeah.
So you think that's a big influence on him?
Well, that puts more the chips on his side because he gets to choose everything. Like
I think McGregor's like, I think he knew that coming into this fight. He knows he has no influence whatsoever because he's coming from outside.
True.
So I think he's completely aware of that, and I think like he's 100% betting on what happens in the ring. Like I think
Yeah.
I'm rooting for him, and I think he's gonna. I hope he pulls
Can
through.
I ask if Mayweather has always been like in like pre-match interviews and stuff? Has he always? What kind of character has he been? Like, has he been quite humble, or has he been quite like McGregor type, like outlandish and stuff?
No, no. He's McGregor is the first type of person that does something like this to Floyd. In the past
Mm.
interviews, Floyd Mayweather has been, yeah, I don't know. Floyd Mayweather has been humble, but also cocky, like saying, "I'm the best
Okay.
ever. I earn the most money."
Mm.
So humble and braggy at the same time. You know, like
Okay. Because I watched an ESPN interview with him today, and he was saying that he's not going to stick to his game
Yeah.
because he knows he can, and then he knows when he was also like saying that McGregor has a lot of years on me and stuff like that as well, which is sort of like it seems like he's preparing for his possibly preparing for him possibly losing.
I know
Which
what you mean.
then I like so I don't know if that in a way is just him. Like if he did lose, it would be like, yeah, this is what I've said before because he has been blah blah blah. So I don't know if this is his style or not, or whether he is actually like somewhat scared or frightened in some way. Like,
It depends where he gets interviewed. So
mm,
if it's the big stage, like the big stage where everybody's watching, he's more cocky, more
yeah,
you know.
yeah, obviously.
But if it's the smaller stuff where like
Mm,
there's only a few people around him and he's like some mics around him, then he talks different. Then he talks like more as a human being, more humble,
mm,
still cocky, but less show. There's less of a show. So he says, and he talks like you just heard. So it depends with that stuff. But in the
because
overall
and then sorry.
in the overall thing, it's like he will always think he will win. There's like no
Okay.
he's always confident.
Mm. No, also like the interviewer also asked him like, what would you do if you lose? And then maybe it's probably too used to like a McGregor response where he's like, "Oh, I won't lose" or something like that. But he was very humble about it. He was like, "I'll like put my hands
Yeah,
up high and admit that I've lost," like and stuff like that. So, which is very interesting, like coming from him, like with all these. So I like you don't know if it's the sense that he's scared or not, or that he's just playing this whole humble character for it all. So yeah,
I
just
believe the same interview he said like the reporter asked something like, "If you win," and then he said, "No, no, if when I win." So
really.
yeah, that's I think it might be the same interview. I'm not sure, but that's what I
Even
saw today as well.
even on I think he got interviewed on Jimmy Kimmel. He was like,
Mhm,
"Oh yeah, I've got an after party ready and stuff," because he was talking about his strip clubs and stuff. He was like,
mhm.
"Yeah, after party for the public to come in and celebrate me winning and stuff," and he's like super confident and stuff as well.
Yeah, and that's the big stage, right? That like,
Yeah.
see what I mean? So it depends. But my overall prediction, let's do predictions now to end this video. Is okay. My prediction will be that um, Conor McGregor will in round 1 to 6 will KO Floyd Mayweather.
I think
It,
round two. I really think
the
I think
specific,
I think round one. I think round one, like he's gonna really test Mayweather and pick up his weak point real fast, and then he's gonna strike hard on round two to end it before it gets too dangerous.
what was your one of the specific round predictions? I'm
I
gonna
think round two. I think he's gonna kill Mayweather in round two. Like I think he's gonna go like in round one he's gonna really tear at him and find his weaknesses, and then round two I think he's gonna just strain for the kill.
I'm gonna go with round 4.
Round four.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's gonna be like get used to each other first. So
Uh-huh.
round might be too much maybe, but this is what I think. They're gonna get used to each other. Feel like touchy feely, and out of
Mhm.
nowhere, the freaking chaos starts, and like
Yeah.
McGregor lands one punch. I don't think he will KO him with one punch. Maybe, but I don't think so. I think it will be one punch that hits, Floyd Mayweather goes back, like Dizzy,
And then he just goes straight in for it.
and
over and
keep
over.
going, and it's gonna end. And I think that might be around.
Because you remember like the Jose Aldo fight? Like after that, I have no expectations of what to know because like 13 seconds, one punch, like just. We
you know
stayed
what the
up
fuck up?
hours for that.
You know what the fucked up thing about it as well? That guy he beat, Jose Aldo, will never get a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if this happens, it's the end. So Ryan, you have not much. Yeah, your knowledge on this is not very extensive, but
I don't know.
just throw some beginner's luck. What do you think?
Round 12,
How-
Conor
how-
McGregor
how
by
long does
points.
Yeah, they last the whole time. They both come out really defensive.
Yeah.
Nah. Okay, coming back from technical difficulties. So obviously, yeah, we were talking before that Floyd Mayweather, the longer it lasts, I think the more he'll get into it. So Conor's going to have to really go for it in the earlier rounds. And let's just say round one. Let's just say some pure freak happens. Round one knockout, right?
Okay.
Round one knockout, Conor. Let's just go with that.
Cameron thinking round 2, me thinking 4, and Ryan thinking 1. Those are our predictions. We lock those in because we're gonna do a video after this, probably to react, and maybe one of us is right, or all of 3 of us are wrong, and Floyd wins in the 12th round by points.
And then we'll lose
Or
all
maybe
money.
like round 1, Floyd Mayweather comes in super aggressive and just so.
Or that, yeah.
Anything can happen. Anything can
I don't
happen.
think so. I don't think so, but you never know.
Basically, we put 100 pounds together. The 3 of us we pooled our money together and put 100 pounds on Conor McGregor winning. So obviously, we like to win.
Yeah.
So those
All right.
are our predictions.
This has been good.
It's been good. Yeah.
All right. We shall see you after.
We'll hopefully we will be happy that we won, because we win 450 pounds if we win, right? So
Yep. So
maybe
we'll see what that does.
Maybe we'll finally be able to buy proper equipment with this money,
Indeed. Right.
Thank you.
Let's call it. So it's been me, Gabriel, and Cami. Short little podcast.
Thank you for listening.
Bye. Okay.